What up, everybody? Welcome to She Speaks Live. I'm Nicci Gilbert-Daniels. And first off, I want to thank each and every one of you for bearing with us during this time because at the end of the day, I didn't know that Skype had some stuff going on that I didn't know how to handle. But we are live, and I'm so excited about these ladies. I'm going to introduce them one by one. And Stacey J. Johnson keeps calling me because guess what? This is the time I'm supposed to be on live with her, and I got to turn off my ringer. But anyway, I'm super excited to have with me. This woman is an actress. She is a singer. She is curvy. She is fine as all get out. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get a big whoop 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 for Brayley Evans?
Yay.
I'm so excited. In addition to Miss Brayley Evans, we have a philanthropist. She runs a nonprofit. She is in and out of Africa. She is an amazing mom. She is going to teach us how to grow our money and all sorts of other fabulous things. Let's give it up for my sister, Shanita Foster. Give it up for Shanita Foster. Where you at, Shanita? All right, here we go. Bingo. There's Shanita Foster right there, ladies and gentlemen. Shanita. This lady is an incredible singer. She is an incredible artist. She's written a bunch of songs with me. She is absolutely gorgeous. She's an amazing mom. She has written songs for me. She's written songs for everybody. She tours with Kanye West. She does all kinds of stuff. Give it up for my sister in song, Miss Belle Johnson. Woo, 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 woo. This woman, when I tell you she is such a warrior, she is an incredible activist in the plus size industry. She is a blogger. She's a fashionista. She dresses better than any skinny girl ever could. She is just a hero. She'll tell you about some of the things that she's dealing with and working on and all that other stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, show some love for my sister, Maui Bigelow. Y'all know who she is. What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. And last but certainly not least, I met this sister back in the day when we were doing Soul Kittens Cabaret. She did our hair and our makeup and made us look beautiful. She was actually one of the first makeup artists that when she did my makeup, I looked in the mirror and really loved what I saw. And this was way back in the day. So there are others who have done it today. She is a makeup artist. She is an entrepreneur. Everybody knows her as Aced Faces. Let's give it up for my sister, Tony AC. Woo woo! Not a whole crew together. What's up,
What's
ladies?
up? What's up?
First of all, I want to thank you, ladies, for bearing with me. You know, we're under quarantine. So at the end of the day, things get a little crazy when you have to do it all yourself. And I wasn't as technologically advanced as I should have been. So what was supposed to be 10 o'clock is now 11 o'clock. But we're here. And we're here to talk about we're here to talk about some really great and maybe some not so great issues impacting plus size curvy women. Each of us in our own way has probably struggled with some form of either a moment of lack of self-esteem or we had to work harder than the next person to get something that was made easier for someone who wasn't traditional size or who was a traditional size or regular size. Does everybody have on headphones? Just FYI, because I think we're getting feedback from somebody. Okay, if you have headphones, ladies, and I should have told y'all this in advance, another thing with live
Okay.
TV, grab them if you can, because then that way we won't get the conversation coming from your
Let's
devices.
see if I can find them real quick. Hold on.
We're going to see if we can find them real quick. Okay, you know what? We are going to put up a commercial while the ladies look for their headphones. How about that? Hey! Welcome to episode 4 of She Speaks Live. I'm your host, Nicci Gilbert-Daniels, and this is my sexy DJ, Fally Fal. Hey, everybody. All right, ladies, while we're still waiting, we're live. This is live TV. Lots of things happen on live TV. I'm just waiting for all the ladies to get situated. Waiting for just a couple more. Let me ask Shanita in here, bump Shanita in here real quick. Can I bump you in here
Don't-
with me, Shanita? Oh, you locked. Okay, we got Tony back.
Is it gonna be a problem without? Because I can't
No,
find
it's
it.
not going to be a problem without him. Nope,
I
not
got
at
because
all.
I
You
can't find
probably just
mine
have to
either.
turn your
Okay.
computers down as low as you possibly can so we get as little feedback as possible. But all
Okay.
right, we're all back. All righty. We are all back. Okay, once again, one of the beauties of live television. I forgot to tell the ladies to prepare to have their headphones. Thank God these are my homegirls, and they not gonna be mad that I'm Teddy Ryling their asses right now. Teen too much. Teddy Riley and my friends. Okay. Well, ladies, getting right into this conversation that these people have been waiting for a very long time, I'm sure, since 10 o'clock to be exact. Have any of you, starting with you, Tony, ever
Yes.
been the victim of body shaming?
Um, I really, if I have, I'm not really sure, and not to my face anyway. But I always was kind of teetering in between. Like back in the day when I used to model, I did experience a lot of we don't know where to put you exactly
Hmm.
because a lot of times I was too small to be really considered plus size, but too large to be considered runway. So I
Mm.
always found myself in kind of an awkward position there, and that used to make me feel really, awkward about myself. And I was always tall. I've been this height, 5'9", since I was in like fourth or fifth grade. So,
Mm. Hmm.
when
Hmm.
you're that tall, really young, that's always awkward. You feel
Yeah.
like the tall girl that doesn't really fit in. So in that
Yeah.
respect, I kind of experienced some of that.
I know as a tall girl, 6 feet tall, Shanita, you probably can relate to this as well. Being the tall girl, always looking for the tall guy. Was there
Yeah.
ever a moment in school where either being athletic or tall, were there moments where people teased you or body shamed you?
Definitely the tall part, but I think too, the thickness part. I think people misread how much I actually weigh. There's times when I'm actually way bigger. My biggest size, I think I was a 22. I just think
What?
the clothes I wear and how I look, like I just literally went from my weight was 222 to 209, so I'm still working from a 209 now. But I think because
Mhm.
I'm tall, most people don't think I just carry my weight different. But definitely, I had some issues. This is my favorite story. And yes, I was pregnant, but it just tells you how people actually think. I was at a game one time. George was playing football. And for
Mhm.
a whole quarter of the game, I had on his jersey, and this man kept screaming, Foster, your wife is so fat. Your wife is so fat.
No.
What?
Foster, like for a whole quarter. Now imagine if, I
What?
mean, listen, imagine if I was like fat for real, but I was actually 8 months pregnant. But all he could see was that I was wearing a jersey. I had his name on it, had some rhinestones. So clearly I was his wife. And his mind, I was just fat. So by the next quarter, he kept screaming, screaming, screaming. So I told my mom to hold the seat. Y'all know I'm crazy.
Uh
And I
oh.
stood
Uh
up on the
oh. Uh
to the whole crowd in that section while he was screaming, Foster, your wife is fat. And I said, because I'm mother effing pregnant. The whole crowd was quiet for
oh.
the
I
rest of the
would
game.
bet.
Nobody, but
I
the
bet he
moral of the
felt like a complete idiot and wanted to kill himself.
but the moral of the story is I've been big, and imagine being that wife or a person that actually carried weight, and here it is, you sat here a whole
Yeah.
entire game
Yeah.
screaming to some man that his wife is fat and ugly.
Yeah. How ignorant.
And
Well,
they all call me
what?
fat too. I'm always the linebacker on TV, just so we clear. Any
No.
TV show I do, Twitter is gonna definitely call me a linebacker. I don't care what TV show it is. If they get a glimpse of me, I'm the linebacker. Okay.
Well, what we do know is that TV adds 10 to 15 pounds, and your body is built, you're built like a brick house. Teeny tiny waist, big old butt, and big old hips. So, what, well, not big old, but you know what I'm saying, curves. So, that's a lie. And the devil is a liar. So, Brayley, you are on. television all the time. And I think we recognize you as the sister who is just representing
Mhm.
sexy, curvy, plus size women. And you don't have the problem of not being, you know, cast as the girlfriend or the sex pot. Because every role you play, you coming with it. So what is Hollywood like for a curvy plus size woman such as yourself?
Hollywood has changed, I'll say,
Hmm. Hmm.
because I was on a show. Actually, you guys would never believe it. I booked a series regular role and even shot 4 episodes of said show, and was fired after the 4th episode. And
Mm.
they were just like, we decided to go another direction. And when I saw their other direction, it was less than half of my body size. So
Oh,
so they never, of course, said anything to my face, but it was clear
what they were looking for.
what they thought they were looking for. Because I was like, y'all knew I was thick for y'all hired me, but okay.
Yeah.
Um, so that does happen, has happened. But again, I attack every opportunity, and I tell my agents too. You send me in where I fit, not because it says fluffy or curvy
Right.
or whatever. Like send me in and let me try. Let them tell me no.
Yeah.
Let's not
Yeah.
know before I even get in there. So I've been really blessed by amazing production companies like Tridestin, who put me in The Man in 3B as the lead. That was like my real first lead, and where I had a
Yeah.
love interest, Lamont
Come
Rucker.
on,
Oh
girl.
yes. Oh
Oh my!
yes.
You wore it
But
out too, my
it
sister. Come on. And
was
we
fun.
have to see more roles
Yeah,
like that. We have to see more women
yeah.
like you, more women like us playing roles like that so they understand that we are just as, if not more sexy than the
Hello,
sexy
girl.
girls.
We are the women of the world. There are
Absolutely.
than
Right.
any other. So
The average woman is a size 14. So, Maui, now I know that you being an advocate, first of all, ladies, I don't know, I'm sure y'all are familiar, but this, honey, when it comes to fashion and just not beyond fashion, just positive body image and encouraging and lifting and organizing and bringing together, lifestyle honored. I've been honored by her organization, which is amazing, along with a lot of other really amazing women. What do you find in your industry? Maybe it's the polar opposite because that's what you're there for specifically. But do you find that even in the space of plus size fashion and plus size blogging and all the things that you do, that there's discrimination where you could be a 14, 16, but maybe you can't be a 26, 28?
So there's definitely discrimination in that space. First of all, we have a lot of self hate in the plus
mm,
size community. So a lot of times, like for me, when I post content on social media or when I write content, because I'm also a writer and I do a lot of
Absolutely.
freelancing for different publications, a lot of times when you post plus specific content, the plus size women are the first women to attack you.
Wow.
So first of
mhm.
all, you have to address the fact that they're self-hate. And you have to acknowledge the fact that if you're a woman, that's just like being a black woman and saying, oh, she too dark skinned. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm.
there's a apparent presence of self-hate. It definitely exists. In plus size fashion, a lot of times brands want to work with curvy girls, but they want to work with the curvy girls that are passing. And
What
that,
do you mean
you
by what do you
know,
mean by passing? Can you explain?
the girls that walk that line, like Brayley, it would be a passing girl in plus because even though she's plus size, she's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
she don't have that extra gut that I have, you know, that hourglass figure in plus. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like the tall girls, that's fine. You know, they don't care about you being hippie. They don't care about you having a big butt and big boobs. But when you cross over into that different space, then
Yeah.
it's hard for a lot of girls to get work. A lot of brands have not worked with me because I was a 28. I'm not a 28 now, but at one point, like when I first started, I was as big as 376 pounds.
Come on,
And
354 right here. 354. 354. Come
yes,
on.
I was 376 pounds. And
Wow.
what I will
Wow.
say now is that even though my attitude hasn't changed, I've always been who I am. I've
Hmm.
always styled out no matter what size I was.
I know that.
Um, the energy is different. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
now at a size 18, like brands are like, oh, Maui, let do this. We want to work with you on this. We want to see you in this. Like, let's change the silhouette. We don't want you to wear this
Wow.
anymore. And it is definitely a lot of
Discrimination.
inside. It's a
Yeah.
lot of inside discrimination and
Wow.
negativity among plus size women. Like
Yeah.
curvy women feel like I'm not plus size. Like sis, you're plus size. And at the end
Oh,
of the day,
yeah.
society sees you as plus
Yeah,
size. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And you can look
and
at the
that's what
difference
I've
in
dealt
our
with a lot.
sizes. Go
Yeah.
ahead. You said the same thing, Tony, because you're not necessarily
Yeah,
on
that's
this side of the
exactly
spectrum.
what I'm talking
Hmm.
about. Like, the industry views you as plus size if you're a size 12, really
Absolutely.
a size 8 sometimes, and,
Right.
Yep.
certain
Right.
genres of modeling. And so, but I've gotten a lot of, like, I did a campaign like year before last for this plus
Hmm.
size designer, and I was so excited about the pictures. And then, like Maui is saying, I got a lot of flack from the plus size models out there because they were like, "Is she plus
Oh,
size?
you're not really
What
plus
size
size.
modeling?"
Yeah.
And I was wearing an
Hmm.
extra large, and so they were like, and a 1X in some of the clothes,
Right.
and
And
but
in
they were
that
like,
same
yeah, they were like
in that
on me
same
like
space,
I
I
wasn't
would have
really
been
plus size,
2K.
and I'm
You would
like,
have
yeah, I
not
am
been
plus
fat
size.
Wow.
enough.
Well, let me
Yeah,
ask Belle. So the industry that we work in, and Brayley, you're a singer as well. So,
Yeah.
I know you've been doing more in acting, and we're gonna get into that 90s conversation versus where we are right now with Lizzo, but that's a whole nother conversation, right?
Right.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
yeah, we're gonna get into that. Belle, not only are you plus size and curvy, but you are with your beautiful self, also a chocolate brown, beautiful sister.
Chocolate and
So
proud of it.
come on, you ought to be. Cause listen, those babies, y'all, this woman's kids, I'm telling you
This
when I
was
say she
it.
got, listen, oh my, they're like a whole, but whatever, that's a whole nother thing. When y'all take pictures with y'all and the natural hair and all three of you together, it's just like an ad for everything melanin. I love it. But Belle, what kind of experiences have you had being not only a plus size woman, but also someone who is brown skinned and say it like you mean it?
You know, the funny thing is that I was modeling for a long time and I took some time off and I came back and I was like, ooh, I done lost this 30 pounds and came up off this good 30. I'm about to take this photo shoot. And I hired like one of the most popular plus size photographers. I got there and when I put my bathing suit on, she was kind of like, I don't think they're gonna take you like that. You probably need to figure something else out. You might need to do something else. And at that time, I was actually booking gigs. I was modeling for Torrid, Hits and Curves, a few companies. As far as the music industry, Lordy B, I was on a tour and I've always been the biggest, as in tallest and the biggest. You know what I mean? And it was so easy. You seeing the girls trying on all that cute little stuff, and they got like two options for you. Like there are no stores for you to shop at
Right.
to go get me something to wear. I feel like I've always had a little bit of insecurity there because it was planted there by other people. But then once I started getting out and working with all these good people, I mean, I'm seeing J Lo take off her what is it, the girdle wear, and baby, she jiggling just like me. When I see Serena, she jiggling just like me. So I felt like, oh, okay, you know what? I need to start loving me and being who I need to be. Screw the body shaming.
Come on,
Shame
did you
yourself.
just say, but did you just hit us with loving me though, Belle? Did you
Loving
just
me,
hit us
honey.
with loving me? Can
Loving
we
me.
come on now? That's what I'm talking about. So I want to ask, go back to Brayley. Back in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
We had this whole body shaming, not now, babe, I'm sorry. My husband was gonna change the battery on me, and I just don't want that to happen at this moment. But we had this whole body, not we won't call it body shaming. I just think that they were less aware of how amazing that we were. Was there ever a moment in the early '90s when you were in the group, and when you were in a group with thinner women, because we know you were in a group with thinner women.
Yes.
Was there ever a moment where you felt insecure about that?
Absolutely. I wish I had that body now. Like, are you kidding? I
Yeah,
mean, I had
and your
the
body was off the chain, by the way. Quit
Off
playing.
the chain,
thank
That
honey.
you,
body was
sis.
off the
All
Like,
the
chain.
time.
it
You'll be
makes no
fine.
sense. I had the flattest flat board stomach, but honey, this butt and thighs, they couldn't handle it. They were like, y'all just need to lose a little weight. Just lose a little weight. That was in our ears every 5 minutes. What we were eating was scrutinized on tour. They be watching you, what you're gonna eat. Like, and we, you succumb to that. You start taking those little
Little
pills that speed
pills.
up your metabolism when nobody, and you're all jittery all day. Like, thank God we made it through that time, but I can't even remember the name. Adafin, fin was something.
Adipex, Adipex,
Adipex.
fin fin,
Baby,
Adipex.
Adipex.
We
Look,
all know about Adipex,
we
child.
all know about that Adipex. Praise the Lord. Listen,
I'm
when
glad
I
we're here
tell
to
you,
talk about it. We
Yeah,
were young. You know what I'm saying? That was not good.
People were
So
dying off of that stuff.
it was
yeah.
definitely a time where I look back on and I'm like, wow. But again, like you said, I guess they didn't know, but it's a shame that companies, now I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about, like, executives,
exactly.
um, high
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
So
it's
Yeah.
very scary. And what's even more scary is that when I was very young, I was 23 years old, I had the audacity to go and have cosmetic surgery. I had a tummy tuck and liposuction. Did
wow.
not have, well, listen, without my mother being around, not understanding how serious that actually was. And when I tell you guys, it really, my mom cried and was like, listen, you could have died. And I'm just like, well, I'm doing this because I want to look better on television. And she's just like, well, well, what happens if you don't make it? And
Yeah,
yeah, so, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but it's a lot of folks out there doing dumb shit
that part.
for beauty.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
do you find, let me ask you, Shanita, because you aren't necessarily a plus size woman, I'm sorry, do you find it being in the middle, like you and Tony both are in the middle of that space? Do you find it difficult to find your space in terms of your body type identity, or are you like, I'm good because I'm fine?
No, I think I get stuck trying to figure out like where I belong, especially because I'm tall. Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, you should go model." That's all I heard, during high school, definitely in college. But I was the girl that they would never pick. Yes, I'm 6 feet tall, but I'm I've been a steady 10, 12. Now I climb, like I said, I've been in the 22s, but most of my time I'm a strong 12. I'm a
Mm,
strong 12. I'll be a
mm-hmm.
burger away when I'm in the 14. So I can't go all day, I'm burger away.
But it's
Yeah.
I
not like
can't go
that in
all day.
Africa, is it? Like, is it true that in
Oh,
Africa they
baby,
want you to be
that's
like
what
the fuller you are, the
it is.
better in Africa?
Oh yes, I had a great
You
time in
are,
Africa,
better you
child.
are. Depending on what tribe it is, if you're not fat, that means your husband poor. That means
That's
your
right.
husband
Really?
So it's definitely now. I will say that when I'm in Africa, I have no worries. I don't care. Wigs aren't important. Makeup, as much as you see some of the girls slay on Instagram, for the most part, being authentically who you are in Africa is a good thing. I've hung out with guys. We'll be sitting around the barbecue. They will snatch my wig off and be like, "Girl, take that wig off. It's too hot." And
Are you
I
serious?
was like,
Woo, the
"You
fighting
are
words in America, honey.
a man
Okay.
mortified. Listen, mortified. We were at the beach. It's a picture on Instagram. If y'all can go back on my Instagram, I was recently in Nigeria, and one of the girls who was with me, it got so hot, she took the wig off and sat the wig next to her on the beach, and like nobody moved.
Oh
So
wow. Oh
I think
wow.
it's what Jill just said. Basically, authentically loving yourself for who you are, finding your tribe, finding your space. But when you talk about work, work, I'm discriminated against. I can't go
Yeah.
model at New York Fashion
Right.
Week. Y'all not going to take
Right.
me, as the plus size model because, like she said, if you're in the in between, it's like, but we want a big girl, so you're not a
Yeah.
big girl, for
Yep.
plus size.
Mhm.
And other
Mhm.
people say I'm not skinny, so I'm always stuck.
Yeah,
Wow.
I get that.
Well,
One
go ahead,
thing I
Tony.
always hated too is when people say stuff like, "You have a really beautiful
Pretty
face,"
Oh
face.
as if
gosh, yeah.
the rest
Girl,
not, you know.
that is an insult. Well, okay. I know that
Yeah,
people mean it as a compliment, but it's like, well, what the
yeah,
hell? What do you expect? To be so
It feels
big,
like
you
they're
got a cute
trying to
face.
find something nice to say
Trying to find
about
something
you.
nice to
Yeah.
say.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, question, ladies, let's talk about curves and confidence. So, right now, if we look in the media, you would think that there was never this kind of discrimination, right? Or this kind of body shaming occurring because Lizzo is shaking everything her mama gave
Honey,
her.
baby, it's
And
back
not
on
just
this platform.
Lizzo, she is giving it to us. And not just
Baby,
Lizzo,
Taylor and
Octavia
all.
Spencer, so many women are really rocking their curves with a lot of confidence. But I have to say, sometimes when I go to Essence, I love my sisters, but I be wanting to pull them to the side and be like, now see, that outfit is really, really, really cute.
Yeah.
And
It's
there's a
wrong.
way that you can rock that, but this ain't that way.
This ain't the way.
So let's get into it, Maui. You have a really good way of rocking the same trendy looks that a lot of other people do. What suggestions would you offer in people who are too confident in their curves? Or not, I guess that's the wrong way of saying it, not too confident, but just seeing something aspirational versus right now,
So I
where you are right now.
definitely, I try not to have the conversation that will cause people to feel limited, but I do want curvy girls to understand like there's no harm in wearing a good girdle. There's no harm in wearing a good bra. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
make sure that you don't just take whatever scraps are out there. Find clothes that fit you because you can mess up in fashion with having clothes that are too big because then you
Absolutely.
look fat and frumpy, and you
Yeah.
can
Hmm.
mess up with having clothes that are too small because then you look like a busted can of biscuits. You know what I'm saying? So, so you have
So
to,
shady.
Find your
you
size.
really, and I'm not trying to be funny, but like I have like climbed in regards to fashion. I've always loved fashion. I've worked in retail, like, and then I came into this space of blogging and influencing. But I have a love affair with fashion. Like I tell people all the time, there are three things that I know, and that's hoes, clothes, and Negroes. And I stand by
Yeah.
that.
Hoes, clothes, and
and
Negroes. I love
but
it.
I think that it's not an overly confident thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Hmm.
just a point of finding what works for you.
Being
Yeah.
And
conscious of your body.
it's not,
Yeah.
yeah, you got to be conscious of your body. You got to understand that you can't all the time pay attention to the tags in the clothes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I've
Yeah.
worn a size 28 by all accounts in, like the stores or whatever. But sometimes I go places and a size 20 shirt will fit
Will
me,
fit. Yeah. It
and look
depends on
good
the
on
cut.
me. So you have to pay
Yeah.
attention to your body and,
And get you some
what
real
works for you.
friends that are going to tell you the real
Yeah.
truth
Please
about
get
what
True.
you
some real
wearing.
Listen.
Get you some real
friends.
Yeah.
friends.
Because I'm not
Um,
going to be nasty, but I will tell you like that. I wouldn't wear
right.
that like that.
And if somebody lets you walk out the door looking crazy without saying anything, then maybe you
Yeah.
need to question whether or not they really looking out for you or they're looking out for their own best interest. Like, you know.
Right. Because some people
Yeah.
want you to look bad so they can look better.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, do you see,
And
is there, and this is a free for all question, anybody can answer it. Do you see examples in the industry of, in our industry and in the media of that? Do you see, are there certain situations where we can tell the truth about it, where you
Lonnie
see either
Love.
celebrities or, okay, so get into it.
So I definitely like, so first of all, I have a really situation with Lonnie. Like, I think that Lonnie
You
is
mean something
notorious.
personal or, oh,
No, just
oh,
like her professional um presentation. Like, I think that she's a bit much for me. Like, she speaks on things that she's not really knowledgeable of, and then it
mm-hmm,
comes off crazy. So a while back she had an interview with Hello Beautiful, and she
oh,
stated that she had collaborated with Ashley Stewart
Right.
because there were no plus size icons. And
It's like,
to
Oh
me,
wow.
that was problematic
it really
because
was.
first of all, if you're trying to create a space for there to be plus size icons, you're not gonna do it with Ashley Stewart. Number
At
one.
all.
Number two, plus size icons look different in fashion because we don't have the same options that other women have. Like Gucci is not making a plus size dress that you can go buy. Like you can
Hmm.
request and have something made, but it's just not there.
Oh,
But it
they'll
was
make it for
just so
Lizzo.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like she had
Yeah.
to request it. She didn't just go pick it up. You know what I'm
Mhm.
Yeah.
saying? And
It's not
so
off the rack. Yeah.
yeah, my thing is like, what about Aretha Franklin? Aretha
Yeah.
slayed in furs. Like she might have had on a dress that was too small up under the fur, but she slayed in furs first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
what
that's
about
a
Oprah
Detroit.
Winfrey?
Shanita, we could tell her that's a Detroit thing. That's just not they do it. Detroit know how to
No,
wear stuff.
Exactly.
I
But
just saying.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, sis, like, what are you talking about? You're here with your Ashley Stewart clothes on, and no shade to Ashley Stewart, but in fashion, like, that's like one of the bottom brands. You know what I'm saying? In
Yeah.
Hmm.
regards to, so you're gonna be a plus size icon in this collection of clothes that you have at Ashley Stewart, but Queen Latifah and MCM is not, like Lizzo and Gucci is not, Oprah
Right.
and everything is not.
Right.
Like, you don't have to be fashion specific to be an icon in that space. You know what I'm saying? Because they're
Okay.
plus size women. So I definitely think
All
that, like, Lonnie.
right. Anyone else have anything to say on that topic?
No, but I do still feel like going back to that Lizzo situation, even though she's out there, she's plus size, she's shaking what her mama gave her. I do still feel like there's hate, like with the
It
thing
is.
that went on with her and Diddy and Drea.
Hmm.
I mean, is that Drea or whatever her
Yeah.
name is?
Yeah.
Um, there's still hate. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I wrote an
it's a
article. I wrote an
it's a
article about
double side.
Lizzo. People,
It's a double side coin. I think. Even my parents told me that. Even being tall, the rules just don't apply the same. We just gotta
they
keep it
don't.
100.
yeah.
From
Right.
big to small. Like even with me being tall, right? If I put on a pair of shorts, look, if I'm tall and I put on a
You
pair of
doing too
shorts,
much.
I'm disrespectful and I'm doing too much. But somebody else a little shorter, a little thinner can put on the same shorts and it's
And be
okay.
bomb.
We
Hmm.
already know that it is double sided. That if you a small girl with a little booty, you could twerk. You can stand on the couch, you could twerk. It's okay. It's fine. It's not disrespectful. But if you're a thick girl or a big girl and you twerking, now it's derogatory. You're
Is all that.
disrespectful. You're overly sexual. So I just think that we already know that it's an undertone. And me being raised thick and tall, I already knew it was there. People always tell me my skirt is too short. I'd be like, how? I'm 6 feet tall. My legs
How long can it be?
are long. Like when people tell me your skirt is too short and it's at your knees, I'm like, you see the dress is at my knees, but I'm still inappropriate. So I just think with the Lizzo thing, yes, she does a bit too much sometimes, maybe at the wrong time. But I think it's that double-headed coin where they're giving her, more slack just because she's a bigger girl, and I don't think it's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
was
got
Yeah.
it.
watching the 5150 show, Corey Holcomb show, and they
Yes.
were
Yeah.
talking about the Lizzo situation, and then he went into something that kind of pissed me off, and I ain't watched the show since. He he was saying that he feels like men only date big girls because they're settling.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, he
Listen, let
said
me tell you
What
men.
he said?
something.
What?
He
Men
said
only date
men
big
only
girls
what
because
date
they
was
big
his
settling.
girls
name?
because they settling. He was like, don't no
You said
men
what's
really
his
want no
name?
big girl. Corey Holcomb, the
Corey Holcomb.
The
comedian.
Yeah,
comedian.
he
Yeah.
can be a bit abrasive when it comes to the full figure. I've seen his stand up and I've yelled from my seat before.
Yeah,
What he look? What he look
But he's
like?
not Tyson
Let me
Beckford.
Google
He's
Corey
not.
Holcomb.
He's
No,
not.
no, ma'am,
Let me
no,
see.
sir. He is
we
not.
talking
Hold
about a
on.
plus size
Corey
comedian. You know what I
Holcomb.
mean?
You guys know Corey Holcomb, tall,
Oh,
dark skin.
Yeah.
what? Oh, you
Yeah.
need to stop, Corey. Get your life together. For
Oh, he
real.
tall.
But I think
Really
the
hard.
thing with Lizzo is, like, I wrote this article about Lizzo. I wrote two articles about Lizzo. One comparing Lizzo and her presence on social media to J Lo. So I don't know if y'all remember, but J Lo did the whole selfie thing, and she was talking about her body and stuff, and it empowered women of a certain age to post their pictures of their bodies. Some had stretch marks, some had little flabby tummies from their baby and stuff like that. And so the conversation was that when Lizzo does it, it's doing too much.
It's
You
doing
know
too
what I'm
much.
saying? And it's only doing too much because she's plus size. And
And they
people
really don't want
are
to see it.
people are applauding her, but when you go too far to the left, then it's like, oh, you're doing too much. Just like being tall. Like you can wear a short skirt, but now don't wear a short skirt and heels. Now hold on now. You're already tall. You know what I'm
Then
saying?
don't
You're
you know
already
what?
giving
Well, I wear my heels, and thank God I got a husband that's 6'8", and I love him to pieces, and thank God he loves me. And Shanita, you got to talk. Well, I think and Belle. Well, whatever. Anyway, let me quit while I'm ahead.
I'm
I
Um,
glad
think it's
that
about
she's
how you carry
personally
yourself.
magnetic.
We just know now that plus size they have limits. There's a
yeah.
limit
yeah,
to how much
That's just
people
like
want to accept us.
I don't know if you guys remember when all of that stuff was going on about Usher and saying that he had given these women STDs and stuff. And you remember
And
the
he
plus
was with
size
that
girl,
big girl because Usher
Woman
like
with
a
a
little
big
thicker.
girl, yeah.
baby. Listen, Usher loved his mother, and his mother is a plus size woman.
That
So
part.
uh oh, come
he
on,
loved
come
Beautiful.
on, come
he
on.
loved plus size. He
That's
liked
right.
plus size women. He is not gonna discriminate. And but it was so crazy that people like it didn't matter how many receipts she had. The fact that she was fat meant
They
she
kept
was
saying
lying.
no. Let me tell you, I worked in sports management. I worked for NBA players. And it's crazy because there is a Hall of Famer, like a real life Hall of Famer, that only dated plus size women. And he would keep these women so like not really in the dark, but he wasn't gonna walk hand in hand. But they were always there. Y'all know I'm quick on my feet. I'm like, now wait a minute now. The first three rows keep having these figures. Let me put it
Wow.
together. And I put it together, and I had to drop off something at his house. And I promise you, no disrespect, this girl got on the elevator with me. She was a strong at least 350, and we got off on the elevator going the same direction. And we was walking. I'm like, okay. And I let her go in front of me, and she went to his door in a condo and run the doorbell. And he opened the door, and then she walked in. I run the doorbell after him, and you can hear him frantic. And I said, I finally figured it out. I said, you the one at the game with all the thick girls, but why are we hiding these thick girls? If this who you like, if this who you want to be with, then be with
Live
these
your
girls.
life.
Yeah, but in his mind, he was like,
But
it's just not acceptable.
it's
But I
because
say,
society has
you're making
created
it
this standard that says that if you're fat, you're ugly, you lack confidence, you lack
Right.
discipline,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
you're not about your business. And
wasn't.
I'm so glad like that I see all of you. You know what I'm saying? And all of you are different women. You have diverse backgrounds and you are out here killing it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
But
you.
I mean, it's always been like that. Like I remember watching Ray and Ray Charles. You saw when he felt the
He was
Yeah,
lady's
on the.
wrist,
Mhm.
and see, you know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Like, because if
Yeah.
you were fat, you were ugly. You know,
That's
it's
but I'd like to tell Ray
It's
Charles and every other man, I dare you to try a fluffy girl one time. You
You
probably
won't go back.
never
you
it'll be a
won't,
wrap. It'll be over.
you
Listen,
won't.
It'll
I
be
want
over.
somebody to know.
why
So,
you
A
ladies,
dog don't really want a bone.
that's
why
for
you
so
sure.
shouldn't fight to change yourself. There's a lineman, and she knows who she is. He married his wife, and she was one of my good friends. She was a cool, at least 300-pound woman. And she went once he signed this huge contract, $80 million+ contract. She went and had all this surgery. She got lap bands. She did all this crazy stuff. The girl went down to about a buck 05 soaking wet. And I remember in
wow.
their marriage, y'all know I'm from Detroit, y'all. They call me when it's time to fight. She called me. I'm like, I need you to come to my house. It's an emergency. I'm putting on my gym shoes. I'm ready to go fight. So when I get to the house, I'm like, what happened? She crying. She's like, oh, he cheating, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, who is the girl? When she pulled it up, I was like, I can't go fight with you. She said, why?
Wow.
And
Wow.
look at the picture. She said, what? I said, girl, he married you at 300 pounds. He cheating on you with fat women who are large.
That's
That's what he
crazy.
likes, honey.
That's what he
That
wants.
is
Yeah.
crazy.
What?
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
So this is
So,
not a fight for me, because you a buck 05 and he used to hitting something that's about 300 pounds. So this is not my fight. If you go look at her right now, how much y'all think she weigh?
She
Back to
probably gained
300.
that weight back.
I know
All
that's
the
right.
and kept her
Back to
husband.
300. Well,
The
that's a
part is
beautiful thing. A man who's like, the more of you to love, the more I love you. So that's
That's
dope. Okay, so ladies, we are running up on 35, 40 minutes, but I want to ask each of you to plug. Well, first of all, the first question is, what would you tell the insecure version of yourself at, I don't know, whatever age you felt most insecure in your life? Now being
wow.
confident, understanding that life is full of possibilities and it's all a matter of how you perceive yourself. I recently posted a few posts about the struggles that I had. I had a lot. Listen, when I tell y'all, I had a lot of struggles with my weight. I had a lot of struggles with my body image. I was really insecure from the time I started this industry. Like at home, it was different because everybody at home kind of looked the same. But when you get into an industry where it's Paula Abdul and Janet Jackson and TLC at the time and all these young, beautiful, thin girls, and you're a young, chunky, but funky, natural girl, it was really hard for me. And I posted a couple pictures, and the response was overwhelming. People were just like, wow, thank you so much for sharing this. So, what would you tell and what would you share with a young person? Tony, we'll start with you. Your
Okay.
younger, I'm sorry, the younger version of yourself. What would you tell the younger version of yourself?
I think I would say you are enough, you know? Um, that's one thing that I'm learning to accept about myself, that I am enough. Like all of me and all of my glory, no matter what size, I've always been a very confident person. Um, Outwardly, but I think inwardly sometimes I struggle with um, just wondering where to fit in, where do I fit in, and you know, being in the beauty industry, of course, you deal with so many different women of different sizes, different skin tones, and everybody has their issue. That's what I've learned too. Like
Mm-hmm.
nobody's immune from it. Everybody has an issue with and struggles with self-confidence, and no matter how gorgeous they are. Like some of the most gorgeous women I've come across in this industry are so insecure,
Ooh, tell me about it. It's a few of them on TV right now. I'm like, well, she's so pretty,
That's
but why
right.
she's so, what's
Yeah.
going on in here?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's why I think that, what I do is sort of, you become sort of like a counselor. When people sit
Yes.
in your chair, they like to tell you everything, and you're working with people in their most vulnerable state, no
Mm-hmm.
makeup, their hair's not done. You're in their dressing room, you're in their trailer, you're in their personal private space. And so that's a very, vulnerable situation to be in with someone. And so you oftentimes become those people's confidants. And
Mm-hmm.
working with so many people who have insecurities has built my confidence actually, because it's made me look at myself like, you know what, that's not so bad. That thing that you were so worried about with your hips or your, your
Come
thighs or whatever,
on,
it's
come
really
on.
not
It
that
wasn't
bad.
so bad. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Absolutely.
so I would tell my younger self, you are enough, and know that, be confident in that. And you are uniquely and individually, beautifully and wonderfully made.
Come
And
on.
God didn't make a mistake,
Come on.
So,
Shanita, what would you tell your younger, insecure, awkward self?
Ooh, I think she took my word that just you're enough. I think
Mm,
when you realize that you're enough and you love yourself enough, then the people around you, be it a man or a woman, will love you the way that you love yourself. Like the
yeah.
confidence, it just exudes. You
Yeah.
know somebody that's confident, and it doesn't have to be a skinny girl or a thick girl. Confidence is just confidence. So if I could tell especially my younger self, people see me now, but I promise when my high school and my college years were my most awkward times of my entire life. I was between tomboy, like I said, I couldn't find the right clothes that could fit me, being really tall. And at that time, being closer, 14, 16, sometimes 18. and not having money. When we're younger, we don't have the money to even like go to an Ashley Stewart. Y'all know back in the day, we was going to Sears and to Kmart and what's another one? JC
JC
Penney,
Penney,
JC Penney trying to get in
Kresge's.
where you fit in.
imagine trying to
Tarjay,
your
Montgomery
friends in
Ward,
college and imagine you trying to go
Mervin.
to the club, but you going to JC Penney's, like you're not about to be real fly. So I think during those times, I really did get down on myself, and I promise y'all, I look at some of my ex-boyfriends, and I be like, "Ooh, you got me when I had no confidence whatsoever, sir." Cause baby,
Wow.
like eyes. So yeah, so I would just say I'm enough and just be more confident in who I am. And I try to do that with my girls at an early age. They're gonna be tall. They're gonna be
Yeah.
thick. Their daddy is
And
thick, thick,
gorgeous and
thick.
no weight problems there because honey, they cheerleading and flipping over banisters and riding horses and all kind of stuff.
Listen, but even with their natural hair, I'm really fighting for them to love them at an
Yeah.
early age. Like my daughter is 13 now, and I see girls at 13 with weave all the way down their back. They
Yeah.
got nails on this long, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I just can't do it, Jordan. Like I remember I didn't get to cut my bangs till I was 16. Like I couldn't even
Wow.
get a
That's
bang
crazy.
until
That
I
is
was
crazy.
16, and you on a full set and a full sew in. And I seen
Wow,
somebody
that
the
is
other day on
crazy.
Instagram went to unfollow them. They had a lace front wig on the 6-year-old. And I'm thinking, why are we doing this to this baby at
Yeah.
6? Like she doesn't even understand how beautiful she is at six
Yeah.
years old. She's supposed to be in 2 ponytails or 3 ponytails at 6, not a full lace front. So just
Yeah.
you're enough. Thank you, Tony, and
Yeah.
confident.
And people are figuring out now during this quarantine that if you don't learn how to come be at one with your real hair and your real nails and your real eyebrows growing in, then it's a whole
Baby.
thing. Belle,
Right.
what would you share with your younger, less confident self?
You know, my younger self has been through so much. But what I would say to her is, I would say, believe what you know you are and not what they say you
Mm,
are.
mm,
Because a lot of times people are not, they don't know your vision. They don't know what God has for your life. And they don't care. They're not holding your life and your journey and everything about you sacred.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I would say believe what you know you are. Don't let anybody shake your faith in you. That's
Mm.
it.
Where the
That's pretty
collection
beautiful.
plate at?
Come on, pass the plate. Okay, Maui, and you, what would you what would you say to your younger self?
I would definitely say choose you first, sis.
Mm.
I think
Ooh, that's
that
good.
we teach our girls how to be responsible for everybody but themselves. We know how to be
Mm,
good wives, we know how to be good friends, good daughters, good mothers, but we don't know how to be good to ourselves. And although I haven't had like this huge battle with confidence because I was raised by a lot of strong, beautiful women. So when people, pushed up on me in high school and, oh, you too fat and you this and you that, like I always had a comeback for them. Like, you ain't gonna catch me with my pants down. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? Because I
mm-hmm.
always knew I was intelligent. I always knew I was pretty. Yeah, I was fat, but I was fly. Like I dressed better than all of you. You know what I'm saying? And
I know
so,
that's
but what I do know is that I have kissed a lot of frogs
Come on,
trying to be accepted. You know what I'm
come on.
saying? Not even looking for my prince because I knew that they weren't a prince, and I knew that they weren't going to turn into princes. But I've kissed a lot of frogs. I've increased my body count. I've devalued myself, in a lot of situations with men that definitely did not deserve me because I felt like I needed to be attached to someone. In
Mm-hmm,
order for me to be secure, I had to be
mm-hmm,
attached to someone. I didn't
mm-hmm.
know that I was the bag, and all I had to do was secure myself. You know what I'm saying?
that's
So I
it.
would definitely tell young Maui to choose you first, sis.
Choose you first. Well,
Right.
Brayley, can you tell us what you would tell your younger self? Let me get to Brayley right here.
I would tell my younger self to focus on you.
Ooh.
Don't look left. Don't look right. Keep the focus on you. The Bible says to love your neighbor as
Mm,
you love yourself.
So you can't love nobody else until you love yourself. I
Come on.
remember being in an audition for the movie Sparkle,
Mm-hmm.
and every other person that was there for the tune-in role had records on the radio or were already super duper famous. And so
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I should just walk out. Why am I here? Why is this a joke on me? And, I was so intimidated because you had to sing and you had to act for this role.
Oh,
So they
wait. Wow.
were they were going in before me. And so I would hear the runs and the high notes through the door. And I literally
Ooh.
almost left.
Wow.
And I went to the hallway. I literally almost walked out. I went to the hallway, and I swear I had never heard, when mom and them say, I heard a still small voice. I finally heard the still small voice, and it said, those are your sisters. I give out the talent. Your only job is to use what I gave you. That is
Oh,
your only.
wow.
I heard that so loud. I went back in that office, sat my tail down. They said Brayley Evans. I went in there and sang my little song. I went in there and did my little acting, and I got
You
the role.
did what you had to do. I know that's right.
And
Well,
it just
I want
blows
to.
my mind. It blows my mind still to this day. And those other artists that were sitting in that lobby today, we still have a little like, I can't believe it happened either.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Well, ladies, something has gone on with my camera. It's off whack. I'm not going to be able to sign us out, but I want you guys to each tell us what you are working on, where we can find you, what's going on in your world. And I'm thanking y'all so much for being a part of this. So, Tony, let's start with you.
Okay, working on new products for my line, rebranding and new name coming and all kinds of new products coming out. So I'm excited about that. Before this pandemic happened, I was working on Iyanla's Fix My Life, which was a blessing in disguise, though, because
Wow.
the production company was really good about helping us through this situation. So I'm grateful to God for that, and that we haven't missed a beat here. Me and my mom are okay. We had a little scare. We went and got tested. We're
Oh,
free
wow.
and clear. But my mom wasn't feeling good, so we just wanted to be safe. And we got tested, and we were both COVID-19 free.
Woo, praise the Lord.
Also, just working on some painting, hand custom painted jackets I've been doing during this quarantine time. You start to learn your other gifts. So I had started painting a couple years back, and now I've been painting on jackets. I just sold my third one. I'm so excited. So if you guys
Congratulations.
want to check me
Let me
out.
go see what she got.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing. And you can find me on Instagram at Aced Faces, on Facebook, Tony Acey. Go to my BEFXmakeup.com.
And there's her handle. All right, all right, all right. Shanita Foster, what's going on, sister?
Hey, so my same purpose work, which is a period is not a punishment. Still raising money for girls all across Africa to actually have sanitary wear. Last year, we had some girls commit suicide over periods, over
Oh
soiling
my
their
God.
clothes. I even put the news articles up because people thought I was being extra. So that's my purpose work on a day-to-day basis. I tell people $5 can actually change your life. I thought we were going to be down a little bit because of Corona, and I did one podcast with somebody, and this lady stepped up, and we were able to pass out sanitary napkins this month. I didn't think we were going to be able to do it, but I was able to get that money to South Africa, and they got the girls not only that, but food. So that's my purpose work. You can donate to that at any time at beyondthegame.org. I'm also coaching. I still love business and success coaching. So I still do that on a day-to-day basis every single day. My book is there. Most people don't know I hold the contract for Forbes 8, which is the digital side of Forbes for entrepreneurs. So we just had a call and we're getting geared back up. I actually am the partner for South Africa. So all the content that you see throughout Africa actually comes from my office in South Africa. So you can follow me on
Wow.
Instagram, Shanita Foster, CHAC. A lot of people think my name starts with the S. CHANITA, Shanita Foster, across the board, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. You can go to Shanita Foster. .com. Oh, and I be selling stuff too, because I've been trying to tell people you gotta sell something. The sellers are rich and the buyers are poor, okay? So I'm always selling all kind of stuff. So don't get confused on my page. I'm gonna sell you something. Now, y'all, I'm selling. No, I gotta tell you, I'm about to go. I'm selling passion in a bottle, y'all. I done found the bedroom magic. I'm saving all the marriages. So slide
The
in my
bedroom magic.
girl.
Did you say the
It
bedroom magic?
it gives men stamina and it's all natural. So I got the key
Wow.
to save everybody's marriage now.
Uh-oh.
She said the bedroom magic. Okay for the bedroom magic. All right, Bill Johnson. What's up, beauty? What's going on in your world?
I'm stuck on the bedroom magic, by the way.
Girl,
We want to know
DM
what
me.
the bedroom magic is.
Send me a DM, girl.
So I am working on my podcast still. It's called Blabbing with Belle. It's on all podcast platforms. I'm still selling my book, When the Soul Cries, if you can see it. On my book, it's called When the Soul Cries. In that book, it's a collective of women. We got together, we wrote a book. And in that book, I talk about how I was raped at 11 and how that shaped my life and the expectations I put on my ex-husband and the other men in my life. I'm still writing songs and I'm working on my EP, which I'm super duper excited about. And I'm sure Kanye West and the Sunday Service Collective will be back up sometime soon. So those are all the things that I'm working on.
All right, all right, all right. Now, who am I missing? Who have we not heard from? Has everybody shared what they're
Braylon.
doing? Braylon! Who did I
Me
miss
and
on
Braylon.
Braylon?
Great.
And Maui. Okay, Braylon. Share with us
How,
what's okay. 5 movies, 10 TV shows, and
oh,
lots
you
of good
probably
sex. No.
thanks
We
so much.
projecting, honey. We projecting.
If you go to BrayleeEvans.com, I literally had an interview earlier today and they called me not Walmart, but Brayley Mart. So Shanita, I'm right there with you. I'm always going to sell you something. So go to BrayleeEvans.com and check it out for yourself. There's music there. I've gotten back in the studio and start putting some music together again. I have starting tomorrow is my very first acting class. My offering is called Acting Class. Everything they don't tell you in acting
Ooh,
Yes.
I
class.
love that.
So I am
Ooh.
insider tips. I'm going to have my actor students will be prepared when they hit set. They will know what's going on. They will know the language. They will know the energy and the etiquette of being a celebrity.
That is
Um,
awesome sauce.
Thank you. And then my book is the ABCs of I Ams. I want everybody to be empowered to understand that they are the superpower. Their most authentic self is their superpower. So my book is there. And of course I have masks and face shields and all kinds of things for the COVID-19.
All the
Um,
things we really need.
Right, I have those things, but and then this one thing is really cool for especially the curvy girls. I have something especially for you ladies. It is
Ooh.
called Get Fit with Brayley and Lacey. It is a private Facebook group. We've been garnering 100 women a day. We get on there. We offer them a 10-minute fitness workout and one week, and the next week I personally give a dance 10-minute workout for every other week is either fitness, dance. And it has been tremendous. Women are putting their videos up of them doing the exercises, talking about, what this means. And it's only 10 minutes each exercise.
Wow.
We're not going for you going to lose weight today for this next hour and a half of working out. We are going for longevity and consistency. And we're in week 5. And everyone, including myself, seems to be doing more than the 10 minutes. And it's been just a blessing to bless these women in this way. So I invite all of you to please join us at Get Fit with Brayley and Lacey on Facebook. Private group.
Ooh, I
Ladies.
love it. Get fit with
Okay.
Brayley and Lacey on a private group. All right, Maui, what's popping, mama? What's popping?
So I am everywhere on Beyonce's internet at MauiBigelow.com. I am like really, really writing a lot lately. So I'm a part of the I1 family. I write for Hello Beautiful. I write for Madame Noir. I write for Fashionista occasionally and some other publications. I started an IG live because that's the thing now. So I'm doing this whole Moments with Maui thing. We had Google last Monday, and this Monday we're gonna have Ronnie Jordan. So I'm being y'all inboxes because I need the guest.
No,
But
Come on.
absolutely.
I hoard dope women. And I'm just out here trying to use my voice to help other women. I'm advocating for women with cancer because I have cancer, and single mothers because I'm a single mother. So I'm just really out here, trying. I know that my purpose is tied to women and girls. And so I'm just out here trying to push my purpose. I do host the annual event called Lifestyle Honors.
Yes, yes,
And I also
yes.
have a t-shirt boutique called Fat Girl Boutique. So
Cute.
I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Fat Girl Boutique, Lifestyle Honors, Exercising with Brayley. We getting it popping, ladies. I'm really excited about. Let me see if I can bring y'all in. Yes, I can bring us all back together. Yay! We'll be back together once. Yes, once again. First of all, ladies, thank you so much for bearing with me in all these technical difficulties that I have had. I've been
Now,
texting back and forth with my tech person and trying to do a bunch of stuff at the same time that I've been engaging in this conversation. But I want to thank y'all because She Speaks Live is just that. It's just about us talking about issues that impact our lives, issues that impact the lives of our children and all the people that we love. As you know, I'm always working on something. And this is just something I'm truly passionate about because I feel like there is no CNN for Black women. There is no TMZ that caters to Black women. So this is our opportunity while we're all in quarantine, or I guess we out now. Ain't we out now? Are we out now?
right, Georgia.
I'm
uh-uh.
in. I
I'm
don't know
still
what
in
they doing.
quarantine. I got cancer. I ain't going out there.
I know
I'm
that's right.
I'm in.
Oh Kemp with his old at. Well, anyway, we're still
mm-mm.
alive. But I'm very grateful to each of you. I will be asking y'all to come back, especially once I get somebody on this board so that I'm not doing all the work myself and distracted by that. But thank y'all for sharing your vulnerabilities. Thank you for sharing the information. Maui, real quick, we talked
Mhm.
about sisters. I like to leave people with resources. So we talked about sisters who just don't quite get it right. So can you say again, Fat Girl Boutique, anybody else who has any leads to women in fashion and ways that they can get advice? Belle, we didn't talk a whole lot about it, but you do hair, makeup, glam, fashion, all of that stuff, all of the above as well, in addition to what Tony does and everybody else. So if you ladies have any plugs, let me know. I'll post them, but we don't want to just call people out for not having it quite right and not give them the tools to make it better. So, Fat Girl Boutique, Aced Faces, Brayley Evans, Maui Bigelow, Dr. Shanita Foster. That's the part that she left out. At the Only Bell. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me on this live and dealing with all of the quirks and the BS that went along with it. But it was a great conversation, and I hope to have y'all back.
Yes.
And that's it.
Good night.
Brayley, your acting class is tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes,
It's
tomorrow,
virtual.
3 p.m.
I'm
East Coast.
coming. 3 p.m. East
Please,
Coast.
I would
What
know.
do we
I would
do?
know that.
What do I need
All
to
of you.
do?
Yeah, what do we need to
Uh,
do?
Send me go BrayleyEvans.com and click the thing. Go to BrayleyEvans.com. Easiest information.
Is it on your
BrayleyEvans.com.
page, Brayley? Because I'll share it.
Yes, please. It's on my Instagram page at Brayley
Okay.
Evans. Thank
Oh,
you.
we gonna be acting with Brayley.
I love it. I
All
would love
right,
to have.
thank you to everybody watching. I didn't get around to being able to ask any questions because I was a little distracted by some of the glitches. But thank you for watching on Facebook. I heard that there were some issues with noego.tv and She Speaks Live, but thank you for watching on Periscope and on YouTube. Everybody stay safe. We love you. Good
Good
night.
Good
Good
night,
night.
everybody.
night.